Big test of the new gang patch ban. Hundreds gathered in Tauranga for the funeral of mongrel mob notorious captain Wayne George Kelly, also known as Ned Kelly, and his wife, who died a day after him.
The police really aren't doing themselves any favours at all. I mean, here in Victoria, they are 800 police officers short alone. Now, you can say it's about the money and the pay all you want, but why would you want to go to a job where you know that the general public hates your guts? You're going to walk out the front door of your house every day, go to work, and know that everyone thinks you're a prick. I've spoken to police officers, and they have the same thing that ex-bikies deal with. That when they start telling people that they're a police officer, all of a sudden people don't want to be friends with them anymore. And it is disrespectful virtue signalling like this that causes it. There was a 17-year-old on the news last night with nearly 60 convictions, and he was released on bail again, and he was already on bail. And yet, these guys, even though it's in New Zealand, couldn't go to a funeral wearing a fucking t-shirt. And then after that, they couldn't even go back to the funeral because they all got put on NA, which is non-association. They're not even allowed to hang out with their friends for wearing a fucking t-shirt. It is absolutely disgraceful. Crime rates are getting worse. Everything is getting worse when it comes from a crime standpoint. But if they're seen on the news doing this to bikies, because you can see it, it's quite clearly visible, then it shows that they're doing something. It's all just smokes and mirrors. Look at all these things we're doing out in the public against these really big bad bikies, at a funeral, wearing a t-shirt, while we've got aggravated burglaries happening daily. And they really must think that the general public is stupid to believe this absolute nonsense. The police don't have a pay issue. They have an image issue, which is why when a cop pulls up to you at the set of traffic lights, you automatically go, sure, shit, I haven't done anything wrong. You get that feeling like you need to put on your best behaviour. It shouldn't be like that. I travelled overseas and we were in Egypt, and every country we went to, we asked what everybody thought of the police. And they were like, oh, the police are great. We pay them. They work for us. Why would we be scared of the police? Now, this footage was from New Zealand, but I'll have you know, it is no different here in Australia when there is a funeral. Every club funeral that I ever went to, there was a shitload of cops there, always standing there doing checks, doing all their things. They don't do it at anybody else's funeral, and nobody's been a goose at a funeral. Like, it is all pure virtue signalling because there's a lot of bikies in one place, and it looks good on the news. And it looks good on the news with all the cops lined up and all the bikies lined up on one side. That's all it is. There are good cops out there. Unfortunately, they're all getting tarred with the same brush from the government's agenda. What do you guys think about all this banning of the back patch and just picking on them flat out? I mean, they did book a couple of the guys 3 minutes after 12 when the laws come in.